have access to through the Elevate Life Wellness. And we've got a fair coming up on Saturday. We'll talk about that. So, I mean, it is a place, an avenue where you can go to get educated, you know, because even with the Fit Kitchen, it's not just about providing you a meal.
Right.
And it's like, eat this meal. And I mean, I don't want to have clients that are like calling me up every week saying, Simon, I'm out of food. I need 30 meals. It's like, okay, if you need 6 meals or 7 meals or 20 meals to get you started, to get the ball rolling, but then I can transition you and teach you how to make those meals yourself. At the end of the day, it's education and it's facilitating, you know, giving you the tools to do it for yourself.
Right, and there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance is not knowing the right choices to make. Stupidity is knowing the right choices and then continually to make those the wrong choices.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because you're talking about children and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get Jeannie on here.
Is Miss Jeannie on the phone?
Jeannie, no, we're calling her.
Okay.
So we're gonna get Jeannie on here because she's got 4 boys.
Very good.
4 growing boys. So it's very important to have her opinion on everything.
Yeah, between 6 and 13. And she's in Alabama now. So it's an interesting conversation talking about the difference between Alabama, Tennessee food, Texas food, you know.
There's very, very different types of foods.
So, Jeannie, you there?
Hi, Mark. Hi, Simon. Hello, Josh.
How are you doing? Jeannie, you there? She wants to FaceTime. Holy smokes. Hold on real quick.
Hang on, we're working out where to...
We're working it out here. Well, we're going to do FaceTiming while we're doing on the air. That's pretty cool. So we're getting connected with Jeannie, and we'd like to thank everybody for listening as we're plugging in all kinds of wires and stuff here. Jeannie, you there? Is she there with you?
I don't know. Where's your camera looking at, Jeannie? Where's your phone looking at? All I see is red. This is the beauty of live.
Of live.
There we go.
Okay, sorry.
There we go. The beauty of live
sorry.
technology. Here we are.
Let me see if I could get a little bit. Okay, this is the surroundings behind me. Can you see that?
I can. It looks beautiful and green and Alabama-ish.
Alabama-ish.
It's very lush. Anyway, I'm excited to be talking to Josh because I have some questions for him.
There you go.
Jeannie. Yeah, what do you got?
Sorry. Well, you know, you touched on the whole primates. I'm so glad that they eat nonstop constantly.
Right.
And I'm so glad you touched on that because just yesterday I was discussing with the boys' grandparents how they eat every 2 hours from sun up to down.
Right.
And it is really important for me to instill in them, you know, because they are growing. They're still young, 7, 8, 9, 13. They're growing, and I want them to be able to make really solid choices. I don't want to have to come behind them constantly and say, don't eat this, don't eat that. I want them to be able to just learn how to make those choices.
Right.
So what kinds of tips do you have for that?
Well, you know, I mean, snack food is great. You know, a lot of people say, you know, eat snacks throughout the day. So, I mean, typically what I'll do is I have raw almonds, raw cashews. I do raw pecans, and I try to stay away from nuts like peanuts. But I do all those, and so I'll just constantly throughout the day just be throwing those down. In addition to that, I'm drinking a lot of juice. And the reason that juice is good is because it's got a lot more nutrition in it, and your body doesn't have to work to digest and break down the insoluble fiber. And actually, Harvard did a study on carrots, and they found that, and especially women as you get older, you become less and less able to break down the insoluble fiber and actually get the nutrition out of it. So when Harvard did the study, they found that your body can absorb 95% more beta-carotene when it's in juice form rather than in whole form because your body can't break down the insoluble fiber. So even in doing smoothies and these other things, you're losing a lot of the good nutrition. So it's just an easy way to get a whole lot more nutrients in. Now, you know, people are worried about the calories, but really a calorie is the amount of energy it takes to heat a gram of water 1 degree. It has nothing to do with nutrition. It has nothing to do with healing and repairing your body. So when I'm talking to people and when I talk to my wife and all these other people that have questions about this, I just say, look, eat nutrient-dense foods. And especially when you're growing up, you need to be consuming a whole lot more because you're burning off a ton of energy. As a young person, you're able to break things down a lot easier than you are when you get older. And people get more and more sedentary. But especially with children, you need to be constantly feeding them throughout the day. I mean, even when I was young, I'd always have food in my hand when I was running around, and I was the skinniest one of all my friends.
Yeah.
And I ate the most.
Yeah.
And the juices are delicious too.
Yeah.
You know, you put some fruits and some vegetables, particularly the way that you guys do it with the slow masticating juices.
Right.
I mean, they're delicious. So it's like, it's almost, I mean, it's...
Yeah, and none of them are bad for you. They all contain a ton of really good nutrition. And that is the thing. Well, I don't want to have just watermelon juice or just apple juice because it's got a lot of sugar in it. But the sugar that's in a whole fruit compared to the sugar that's in, say, a piece of bread or something like that, they're going to work very differently. Because, for one, of the soluble fiber that's present in apple juice. Now, your body can break this down, and it causes the sugar to be digested more slowly. So it's going to be a lot better for your system. It's not going to cause the insulin spikes like jelly beans or any of these other really sugary candies are going to cause because of the soluble fiber that's present. And that's what people don't distinguish between is the insoluble and the soluble fiber. But the soluble fiber is extremely good. It can be broken down, and it's really good for your circulatory system as well. So for people that have blood pressure issues or cholesterol, eating whole fruits and vegetables and drinking good unpasteurized raw juice is extremely good for your circulatory system and your heart health.
Like I said, I know we're going exactly right after the show.
I think it's also fun to do. You know, last week when I took meals into the Stone Oak store, TJ was just standing there just staring. I think it was Natalie was juicing. And he was just kind of like, whoa, that looks like so much fun. You know, he was like, the vegetable goes in and the juice comes out.
He probably had the same look as when I used to go into Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, kind of.
Like, wow. But Jeannie being an Ironman and Boston Marathoner and all that, obviously Simon being endurance, like Michelle just got back from running. So what do you say to folks that obviously just got back from their working out or whatever? What should they do? How should they get those nutrients back in?
Well, and to tap into that market, we developed a juice that's extremely good for pre and post workout. It's also a good meal replacement. But like I said, a nutrient is very different from a calorie because a nutrient, if you look it up in the dictionary, it says something that contributes to healing and repairing and building your body up and reestablishing what was lost.
Right.
So when you exercise, you're breaking your body down, and this is in hopes that you'll repair appropriately so that you gain something from it as opposed to continually be tore down. Now with the juice, because of all the nutrition that's present, it allows your body to heal and repair itself. So when you drink the juice, your body can assimilate those nutrients in literally about 20 to 30 minutes because in order of digestion, carbohydrates are digested first. And in fruits and vegetables, they're all made up of carbohydrates. That's all it is. So for people that go on a low-carb diet, logically what they need to be doing is going on a low-fruit and a low-vegetable diet because that's all it is. So there's a disconnect. People don't understand that. Okay? But the nutrition is the most important thing that comes from these fruits and vegetables, and that's what allows your body to heal and repair itself. And so for exercise, I mean, like I said, I'll drink 4 or 5 of these juices every single day, and I'm not overweight by any means. Yeah. And my skin looks good. My nails grow like crazy. I have to cut my hair every single month because my hair grows like crazy. Yeah. And so for so many people, and my dad, for instance, when I brought him over here to help start working in this business with us, he had no hair up front. And now you look at him and he's got a patch of hair, but it's growing again because now his body is healing and repairing itself. In addition to that, he lost weight. And the weight loss is just a symptom of a healthy diet because it's just a symptom of an unhealthy diet. It is gaining weight. So if you're doing the right things, you'll lose weight as well. But that's the most important thing.
Well,
go ahead.
I think one of the things that really interests me too is the idea of it looking at the juicing as preventative because my kids are young and starting to, they could be predisposed just from, hair, just from, their genes, but just being able to reverse the cycle of some of the things that they're predisposed to.
Yeah, and absolutely.
And how juicing can do.
Absolutely. And that is the biggest thing for people. Preventative medicine is going to be so much better for you, for your body specifically, because you're allowing it to heal and repair. And this is the thing. Your body isn't going to give up on you. People give up on their bodies. Okay, and I got that actually from D. Anderson over at Big D's. But that is the thing. People give up on their body. They don't put the right food in, so they don't heal and repair. But your body is constantly working to try and build itself back up. You're just giving it the wrong things. So just like you said, taking preventative measures and doing preventative things is going to help contribute to the prevention of disease and weight gain, obesity, inflammation. Yeah. And that's where so many different diseases come from is the chronic inflammation in people. Allergies being one of the worst, especially down here in in Texas with people that have cedar allergies. I mean, mold and cedar and all of these things have been really high recently, and I didn't notice at all because I have a healthy diet and my immune system doesn't respond to it because it knows exactly what it needs to be doing, and I have no chronic inflammation going on. And that is, like I said, it's just ignorance. People don't know. If they make the right changes, then they can logically go through and take these steps and eat the right foods. And it's not all or nothing. I'm not saying you have to be extreme in everything you do. I'm not saying I never eat a hamburger. I don't go have a beer or pizza with my buddies. But I know the importance of good nutrition, and I make sure that that's 80 to 90% of my diet, not the other way around.
Right.
That's awesome.
Are there many juice bars on the Alabama-Tennessee border? Or are they mason jar juice bars?
I haven't across any, but there is a little Amish community about 20 miles up the road here, and I know they do all of their own fruits and vegetables, so I'll probably have to make a stop during this next 10 days to go see them.
Perfect.
But that'd be good. But I have another question, Josh, for you. It's regarding, so you touched on earlier the idea of focusing in on nutrients in your food versus calories and carbs, et cetera, sugars and things like that. I know Americans, including myself, we try to we look for a multivitamin to supplement some of the nutrients that we're lacking in our daily intake of food. What is your thought on that? And is there really even such a pill that's good for you, a good multivitamin choice?
Some people do, and if you're in a compromised health state, I do recommend supplementing with some things. But for the average person who's just trying to get healthy, I get all the nutrition I need from fruits and vegetables. I don't have to supplement with anything. And one reason I know that is a company called Pharmanex. They came out with an antioxidant scanner. It scans your carotenoids. There's thousands of antioxidants out there. However, it scans this one. So a gentleman came in. This was about 3 weeks ago. It was, on the 3rd of June. He came in and he scanned my hand because he wanted to see if juicing was actually good for you because he'd heard all these things. So he scanned me. And on that scanner, I came in at a 66,000. Now, for optimum health, what they recommend is being at a 50,000 and above. Now, I'm a realist. Like I said, I'll go out and have a hamburger. I'll have pizza. I'll drink a beer every now and again. But I make sure I do the right things. Well, I scanned to 66,000 at this point, and I was only drinking 2 juices a day at that point. I've upped it since then, mainly because my wife's gone, and I'm just a lot more hungry because I'm more active. But
that's a different show,
right?
That's for a different time. And so when you're talking about the calories, like I said, a calorie is the amount of energy it takes to heat a gram of water 1 degree. So it has nothing to do with food. It's just energy, potential energy. That's what it is. So if your body can break it down and turn it into energy, then you're going to be just fine. But if it can't, which most people's aren't, then you're just going to convert it to fat and you're going to store it. And that is the issue with a lot of people. They bring in the wrong calories, so their body just goes and it converts it to fat, which contributes to inflammation and weight gain and all of these other things. So you can be bringing in only 500 calories and exercising a ton, and you're in starvation mode, and so you're going to store everything you bring in, and you're not going to burn anything, which is the case with a lot of women. They're highly active, and they don't eat nearly enough. So when working with the people that we do, we'll increase the amount of good food that they're eating, and we'll lower their workouts, and then they start losing weight. And it's just because those metabolic processes get fixed. Wow. And so that is the thing with calories. I don't focus on calories at all, personally. I mean, I consume 5, 6, almost 10,000 calories every single day. And I work out about probably an hour 4 days a week. And that's really all I do.
Wow.
But I mean, when I'm working out, it's serious. I don't have time to sit there and talk because I can't breathe. That's how my workouts are. I'm not saying everyone has to do that. There's different
I do the same thing when I run. I can't breathe.
There's different requirements for different people, and so you don't have to be as extreme as that. But if you're eating the right foods, then it's going to help to get rid of inflammation. It'll get rid of weight gain, and your body will fix those metabolic processes, and you'll break things down and turn them into energy, and then you'll be able to prevent disease just the way that most people want to. You won't have to be on medications.
And I think one way to view of it, the mantra of the Fit Kitchen is food is fuel. And, the radio show that you guys did that aired a couple of Saturdays ago was all about, Dr. Boss was talking about food as medicine. Right. And I think that's a perfect example of, if you're getting everything your body needs from the food that you're eating, then you don't need to be supplementing it. But the average American isn't getting enough. So
no, they really go spend billions and billions of dollars on a product at a vitamin shop somewhere
Right.
going, oh, this is going to cure me. If they eat them properly, they won't need that.
Well, and
Yeah.
that is the other thing too that goes along with multivitamins is you have to eat something. So regardless of whether if you're eating the wrong things, then your GI tract isn't going to be healthy. You're not going to break it down and get those nutrients out of it. So your urine is going to be really yellow because you're not